of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freeze up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speak up. Anonymous activity, body beat stuff. Jealousy's a ski mask, emotion, and ease up. Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freeze up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speak up. Anonymous activity, body beat stuff. Jealousy's a ski mask, emotion, and ease up. Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freeze up.
Welcome to the Ultimate DJ Music Review and More Talk Show. I am your host, Miss Tosh B. I don't know why I can't hear anything. It sounds like I don't know what's wrong with my speaker. My speakers is doing something wrong. But whatever the case, welcome. We are in the building. Y'all know I don't like to stay in the intro too long. So I usually go ahead and introduce our guests of honor. Y'all know how I do. We have a special guest this evening, Miss KEISHA G, from SFGAD. She's a CEO and the business owner, and a sacred friend of mine. I got to be honest with you, and she's just one of the smartest people I know, and always willing to learn more. So let's welcome Miss KEISHA G to the stage. Welcome.
Oh, welcome.
How do you do?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Man, KEISHA, I'm just waking up. I'm sorry. My hair ain't together, nothing. I just look a crazy hot mess today. But we're gonna do the show anywho. And the bad part is my daughter tried to wake me up though. She did. She like tried to wake me up, and I don't know what happened that I didn't wake up, but then I seen a number on there from North Carolina. I was like, well, who is this number calling in? My best friend calling in. I've been trying to get to her for a couple days. Her mom passed away, so I just want to give a special shout out to my booty boo and some condolences about her mom. But you, dear friend, how you doing over there? Introduce yourself. Can you?
Well, I am doing well. Well, you did a great, excellent job. I'm the CEO of Seeds for Growth and Development. We have a resource center that's in the South Bronx, and we provide wraparound services for low-income families. And, but our mission is to help low-income families, human trafficking, and domestic violence survivors.
Okay.
Yes.
What does wraparound mean? What does that mean?
So that means the wraparound services that we provide all the service that's needed in the community. If you need connections with rent arrears assistance, or if you need GED, or you need some help getting a job, or you need some help finding a support group, we provide all those services here in the Bronx for them.
Okay, that's all right. So I'm going to give you an opportunity sometime within the show to give all your information and your contact details. I'm not going to do that just this minute, but I don't know if you know what we do here. I know this.
I'm going to find out, right? I'm going to find out.
We ask 5 tailored questions specifically for you.
Okay.
And, it's up to you to answer them however you want.
Okay.
And like I said before, it only gives us a minute to be able to break the ice and get into some deeper things if we have to.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's okay.
Okay, good. Because the 5 questions ain't that hard. A lot of people, I will send a zinger in there sometime, but for the most part,
if it's about me, I should know myself well, so I should be able to answer that, right?
Okay. Question number 1, 2-part question: vision and strategy. What long-term vision do you have for your business?
The long-term vision that I have for my business is to help our urban community get back on the right track by providing them the resources that they need, um, and to be able to build a strong team of professionals by giving them jobs, helping people get financial freedom, and become productive members of society.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my vision, is for the community, to give my community, to bring something to the community that they most needed, that's needed in our community, especially in urban community, to help them become entrepreneurs, and to support each other businesses.
Okay. That's all right.
Hmm.
That's all right.
Yeah.
And how do you align your daily operations to achieve those goals?
Research. Research. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of soul searching, seeing what other people, what's lacking in the community, and trying to bring something different
Yeah.
than what other people is doing.
Yeah.
I try to figure out what works, because I find that a lot of people has the will and the knowledge, but they just don't have the resources
Yeah. Yeah.
to get what they need. And what Seeds for Growth and Development do, we dig deep. I get people to go deep inside themselves and find out what it is that I can pull out of them that they didn't think they have. Like, for
Yeah.
instance, with
Yeah.
myself, I didn't know I had a lot in me until I became a CEO of this not for profit organization. And I was like, no, I couldn't do this, because I felt like it was such a big, big responsibility. And when I stopped leaning on other people to do it for me, and I did it for myself, that's when things started falling into place.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right. That you know, for a long time, I've been in business key since maybe I was like 26 years old, and I needed that sort of push for me to be able to adapt to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
I didn't have that push. I was just opening up a business, and I was so excited to just have a business open that my young age took over, and which would have been a multi-level, multi-million dollar company, because I'm the first one to create the shop and drop off service.
Yes.
And I did that way back, and now everybody's doing it, and I missed out. How do you identify and adapt to changing market trends or customer needs without losing your business unique identity?
Hmm. Well, how do I identify? Let me see. How should I answer that question? Hmm. I think I need to think a little deeper. I don't want to say the wrong thing, right?
Yeah,
So can we come back to that question?
absolutely.
Yeah, because that is something is really, really deep. That's
Yeah,
deep.
absolutely. We can come back.
That's definitely deep, and I want to think about that before I answer that question.
Problem solving. What is the most significant challenge you face in your business? Two-part question.
Problems. Plan B, A and B. Problems always come here a lot. So when they occur, I have to think. I always have to keep more than one person on deck. If I can't make it here to open up, who will I have to open up for me when somebody's in need of a situation?
Yeah,
Like, for instance, late this our heating system has been out for a while, and because we have a front. we have a resource center and we have a commercial space. And I had to figure out because I had events planned. Some that I had to cancel, postpone, and some I had to go forward with. So I had to make it work. Like for instance, before we logged on, I had a support group here. It was a men's support group, and I had to be here on online screen and do the support group in this office. So we have to share things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most
So
people have to share things. So
yeah,
it's
you have to share, and you have to always have another plan, a plan B,
and a C and a
and a
D,
C,
girl.
and a D. You know what? And you could do all you could do is just put in your best and see how God is going to work it out, and
Yeah.
pray that it works out
Yeah,
because
God do work it out too.
He will work it out.
Yeah,
He
God
will
do work it
work
out.
it out. Yes, He will.
Second part of that question, um, and what creative solutions did you implement to overcome it?
Creative. Well, I had, thank God I'm a resource center, right? So
Yeah.
I had to go and ask around and ask for help, right? I had to find out who's had my problem that I needed to address, and they helped me resolve it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very good to know. It's good to have someone that is a biz to talk to people that have businesses,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
and if they have a business, you can call another person and say, how did you handle this problem?
Yeah.
So I keep a whole lot of people in my Rolodex in my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So
right.
yes, so we gotta think fast because when people are looking at you as the CEO, how are you gonna handle this? How are you going to handle this, right? So I have to keep on, I have to always keep on my thinking cap, no matter what's going on in my life. Even though I might have a bad day, but when I come in here, I have to put on that CEO, the director,
That's
and,
right.
and give it to God, whatever I'm facing. And then I have to just move accordingly in the spirit, how God wants me to move.
Yeah. Everything else got to go
Everything
out the
is
window.
everything.
That's right.
Everything goes to him.
So we
Yes.
got a couple people up here. They shouting you out.
Hey,
Carmel Beauty say, "Hey."
hi.
Enlighten Eve said, "You're doing awesome, sis." Ramona S said, "You got this, sis."
Thank you.
And then
That's my sister.
Enlighten Eve says, "Changing lives."
Hey.
SFGAD,
Hey.
changing
Hey.
lives. And then Brown Flynn said, "Love you, Keisha."
I love you too. That's my boy. She's my treasurer. Thank you.
Uh-huh. She
Yeah.
said, "Bold and tenacious."
Hey.
There you go. And then Ramona said, "That's right, amen." So
Amen.
you do got some people over there watching you.
Yes.
You know, that's all right because you need that. You got to have some people watching your back.
Support is very important.
Yeah.
In this time of day, we need a support group, and that's why it's very important to have the right people that believe in your mission. Yes.
So it goes right on into which segues into the next question was, what strategies do you use to inspire and maintain a productive and motivated team within your business?
The strategy that I use is to have them not see me as a boss. I ask them to be my partner.
Hmm.
Let's get the job done for the community and the business and the vision as they see fit as a partner, not just
Yeah.
I give them an opportunity to put their insight, like, okay, for instance, I could be making a flyer, right? And I say, well, I share it with my team. I said, Look at this flyer and see what needs to be fixed. And they put their 2 cents in it, and they
Mm-hmm.
help me edit it and say it should go like this. And we are a team player here.
Yeah.
It takes a dream team to build a good team, right? If
Yeah.
that makes sense. So to be successful in business, you have to have people that's successful, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you don't want to always have you don't if you have all the ideas and they don't have any ideas to help you grow, then it's not going to grow because it's going to be just me alone and my ideas. But I would like their input to see what they how they can make the business better.
Yeah.
So I say let's become partners. We are all partners.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my strategy. And we get the job done that way because they're doing what they love to do. They being themselves, and it's not taken away of who they are. You understand? As long as in alignment of what needs to be done. I agree with it.
Yeah. Man, I had God bless me to have one of the best teams I had in Newburgh. With the people, they were the most unseemly fitting crew, but we all fit together so well. You know what I mean? Like they were just an unseemly fit. Because the first team I had a set of arts and cultural commissioners. They were all brilliant as hell. They were like PACE professors and curators of Mount St. Mary. I couldn't get shit done with them. I ain't even gonna lie.
Went to the five out, have to change teams. I had to change teams like twice.
Yeah, I couldn't get nothing done with them. They were so smart. I couldn't get nothing done with them. We'd be at the table for like 2 hours and nothing would have changed in 2 hours because they working on one word. That's how smart they was. You know what I'm saying? I went and got a team of people. God had replaced a team of people, and like maybe five of us were disabled on the team.
Yes, teamwork makes
You
dream
you
work.
get what I'm saying? Like it was like five of us that was disabled on the
Teamwork
team,
makes
and
the
and and we had
dream
three
possible.
handymen.
I like that, Flynn.
And so it's definitely good to have a good team.
Oh my God.
Like that of people that can move, can shake and move. You know what I mean? I thought that would have made you laugh. I told you I went and got five of us was disabled.
Oh,
But we got it shaking and popping though. You get what I'm saying? So
I
it's
felt
always
triple
it's always
before.
good to have a
I
great
mean, you
team.
know what? When you mentioned that disabled part, I felt crippled in the beginning.
Yeah,
I didn't have a clue how it was with all that you had to put in of running a non-for-profit organization. I thought
yeah,
that would be the easiest thing because you get grants and you thought you can get the finance that you need by people donating to you and everything.
yeah,
No, it doesn't even work that way. If they don't know who you are, they don't see your vision, you don't get that. You have to
yeah. No,
really prove
you
yourself.
gotta really fight.
You have
To
to
be.
fight. You
Yeah, you
have to
gotta fight to be
fight
seen.
to get anybody to believe in your vision, to even give you a dollar or a quarter, or
Yep,
come support. You
yep,
and commit themselves because I find people that comes and volunteers and they don't really stay. If the money isn't there, they are gone. They're
yeah.
gone.
Uh huh.
And
And the in kind funding. A lot of them look for that in kind funding
yes,
before they want to, put their little part of the money in. You know what I mean? So you always have to have the right sort of in kind funding, and you know what
yes,
I mean. Like for me in the street, because I was at grassroots level. So me being it doing it at the grassroots level, I would always just tell City Hall just to sign my permit, and I'll do everything else. Like I got everything else. You ain't got to give me no money. You don't got to give me nothing. I got everything else. I hustle up everything else that I need. Just give me the permit. And after a while, the mayor had to tell me that the reason why you don't get the necessary funding that you need is because you single-handedly make us look bad.
Let me tell you, speaking of the mayor, sorry, I took a course with the mayor.
Yeah.
They always told me, spend your money first and then we reimburse you. I'm
Yeah, and
like,
they never do.
I never do.
No, they never do.
Never do. I've been 8 years and haven't got funded. I just got some funding this year. For the first time, I got
Amen.
2 grants. Yes, awarded 2 grants. Thank God. And it was through the grace of God that happened, right? Because I was at my last like draw. Like I felt like what what I need to do to get the finance that I need so I can serve our community. Because like as a community advocate, right, of for the survivors of human trafficking and domestic violence, a lot of people don't like to hear about that subject because they feel that that's if it didn't happen to them, why do I care about it, right? And that's how I be feeling because
Rizzle.
if people see the key is we should all support one another when it comes down to especially a sister, right? A sister or a brother, because it's hard for us to get
Absolutely.
funded. Because I look at when I go into a grocery store and I see a family of like Latino. They have the father, the brother, the sister, everybody in that business serving.
Yeah.
They one might be cooking, one might be taking the money cashier, and the other one might be sweeping. When I look at the urban community, you don't see that. You don't see
No.
too many urban um community coming together as family and investing into one thing, especially homes. A lot of us don't have homes. A lot of us is renters. We the one that's in the apartments.
Yeah.
Instead of our we put our money together and go buy a home. And even if you getting government assistance, that government assistance can pay for that home, right?
Yeah,
One
we're gonna get
person,
into that. We're gonna get into it.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
but
gonna
yeah,
get
no,
into
I
it.
get deep now. I get deep.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Let's get through our little 5 questions and then
Okay,
we'll
okay,
we'll,
okay,
we'll
okay, okay,
kick
okay.
it, you know.
Okay. I thought we was over that.
No, we're not done with the 5 questions. We got
Okay,
two more questions. What
okay.
How do you balance profitability with creating a meaningful impact on your community or your industry?
How do I what now? I didn't
How do
hear.
you balance profitability? It's just segues right into the question. That's what I'm saying. So what we were talking about just went right on into the next question. How do you balance profitability with
Mhm.
creating a meaningful impact on your community or on the industry that you're in?
So, like, I my thing is balancing. Like, the number one with our community, a lot of us don't have good credit. We don't know how to spend our money wisely.
Yeah.
So what I do, I create programs. Like we doing a retention program here, and I didn't know what that was at first. I was like, what kind of retention program is that? So a lot of people is backed up in their rent. A lot of people just don't know how to balance and have the resources to even get the help that they need, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of information out here.
Yeah.
What I do is look, like I said, I search and see what's needed in community and what is lacking. Knowledge is lacking. Education is lacking in our community. A lot of people, some go to college, some don't want to go to college. And for those who don't want to go to college, so we can introduce them to other programs like there's YouTube. We can YouTube college, financial literacy programs. You know,
Yeah.
we create a safe place where they can come to and get the resources and the resources that they need to become productive members of society. And that's what I do. If I
Okay.
answer that question right.
Now going back to our other question, adaptability. How do you identify and adapt to change in market trends or customer needs without losing your business's unique identity?
How do I identify
Yeah, and adapt to
and
change in market trends
the market trends?
or customer needs. You just finished. You that was just
Yeah, so the need is a lot of people need money. A lot of people need money and they don't know where the money is,
yeah,
right? So we can create resources for them how to get money. And like
yeah,
I said, one of them is financial literacy. And we can, instead of renters, like people renting an apartment, they can get their own homes, become
yeah,
homeowners, business owners. You know, I'm sure everybody have an idea, right? Everybody have an idea, have a vision, and my vision is to change our mindset of always thinking that it's about going to work, and how about becoming business owners? How
yeah,
about becoming or let's put our thinking caps on and we can create change
yeah,
solutions.
yeah,
You know, we have to have find solutions to problems. And if you can find solutions to problems, because there's always a solution to every problem, right? So it's very important that um, people have to get off the couch, get out of their way, and stop being stuck
yeah.
on an idea. Because it was once said to me that you don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great.
That's right. That's the truth. That's the truth.
And if we can change that and let people know that there is we can, like, you look at many successful people on TV, and a lot of people wants to be think that it's about being famous. You have to be a movie star, you have to be a basketball player, or you have to be a actor to be rich. There's neighbors next door that have successful business that don't have any of those things.
Yeah.
So we have to change the mindset of trying to be famous, porn
You got to
stars.
redefine what success is first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they can. It's a lot of apps that's being created. I mean, invented, and people are thriving. We want a community. This community that I'm building here, I want our community to thrive. I want this people. I see when I meet a lot of clients, they might have some issues and circumstances to deal with. That's the minor things. They come with so much talent, and I just want them to see how I try to find a way to help them
Mm-hmm.
pull that out of them, because I wouldn't be here if I would have just stayed stuck on just my circumstances and situation.
Yeah.
I started from nothing. Like I was in a shelter. When
Yeah.
you met me, when you met me, when I was doing New Harlem Entertainment, remember how we went back there? I
Mm-hmm.
went back there where I was helping and inspiring artists get to the next level by promoting them um, with their talents, putting them on different platforms. You had an African Day parade, and I brought some talent out there, right? Was you
Yeah, you
remember?
bought them twice.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I brought them twice,
Yeah.
exactly. And I was in a shelter at that time. I was homeless, but I didn't let that stop me.
Yeah, New Harlem Entertainment came and saved my butt twice. Y'all
Yes,
came to save my butt twice. And almost a third time at one point, but it rained that day, so we had to cancel that show, remember?
yes, I
Yeah,
remember.
almost a third time New Harlem Entertainment came through.
I came through and I showed it. And this is before I became a non for profit organization. I was a for profit and I didn't know what I was doing, but I learned as I kept growing, I kept learning things. And I started seeing life for what it was, even though I was going through a circumstances. This is why I always, every day when I'm on Facebook, I always tell people, don't look at your circumstances, don't
Yeah,
look at the situation. Just focus on what you want to do in life.
yeah,
Just focus on God will make a way. God will make a way. He will make a way. I have lost and gained. I've lost and gained. Every
yeah,
time I get knocked down, I get right back up fighting. Yes.
yeah.
So
That's
I just can't stay stuck.
whatever life throws at you. It
Life
is
throws at you.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. And it's so important that we become together and we support each other. When each one have something like if let me tell you something. There's a lot of business owners out there that's selling a lot of stuff. They have bags, pocketbooks, and like I do here, I do a pop up shop.
yeah,
Um, I help vendors get find a place where they can come sell their products, right?
yeah,
So when they come, I tell them, listen, if you have a place that you can come to, you got to invite your friends. Don't just rely on me to invite
yeah,
people to
yeah,
come. You let everybody know where you're going to be. You promote this business. You promote that event like it's yours, and it's yours because you're the one is the vendor. You're paying your money, and if it's not a turnout that you want it to be. It's because you're not helping with the promotions.
that's right.
If everybody could bring 10 people, we can have a good turnout.
Yeah,
We all are promoters. We all are business owners. If just be me inviting that person, it's just going to be for people that's coming to see me, not them.
yeah, absolutely.
You understand? So I tell them we got it all. When we do an event, we have to invite, we have to share, we have to let people know where we're going to be. We can't just show up expecting a whole crowd is going to be there if we don't put our 2 cents in it.
That's right.
You know what? Because I feel like when a lot of people, when I go to parties, like as a promoter, before I
Yeah,
became, I was a, I'm still a promoter. So when I used to do parties, I used to give my, especially artist showcase, I used to give them like 10 tickets to sell
yeah,
and to give them some money off of it.
yeah,
So they sell those 10 tickets and we have 10 artists. How many people we got coming up?
yeah. We that's right.
Right?
That's right.
And you made some money. Now you got a fan base following you. You promoting yourself because I tell an artist, look, if you want to get paid, you have to become. You got to know how to sell tickets.
You gotta sell yourself. That's
You got
right.
to sell yourself.
That's right. So you answered all the five questions. Those were the five questions. See, they wasn't that bad. See,
No, they wasn't. None
only
at all.
only
I had to think
only
about
number
the
two.
second one. Yeah, the first
Only
one.
number two was the zinger.
Yeah, it's okay.
Now, what you were about to step into, Keish, and believe it or not, Everybody, whoever's here, hit the like button, subscribe, blah blah blah. Because what we have coming on next week, believe it or not, being that you said that, was a financial literacy specialist, Mr. Hakeem Herring from Atlanta, Georgia. Frizzle Frost, what's up? That's one of our other friends out there in the podcast. He sent his salute to everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, he usually pop in for a minute to let us know he in the building. That's Mississippi. Crooked Letter in the building, KEISHA. If you need some help from Crooked Letter over there in Mississippi, that's Dr. Frizzle Frost.
Hello.
And Starlight, yeah, I had a good time with you guys at that parade. I had a blast with you guys. You need to know that. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that did come through to make the parade a success, because every time you guys did come through, we had a ball when you guys did come through. And, I never let people really know my background like that, Key, so you didn't spill in the beans, because I don't let people know what I used to do. I usually don't tell them, but the one thing that I wanted to say, being that we have Hakeem Herring coming on next week, and it's real simple, because I heard you going into it, but I wanted to get through the questions first. Like, a lot of people don't realize, I hear a lot of people talk and say stuff concerning the Section 8, but I always try to remind them. And I had another a guest on here. Her name is Dr. Corey Terry, that came on some months ago. And the thing, Dr. Corey went from recovery to being a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big time doctor, not no play girl doctor. She the real deal doctor. You get what I'm saying? Like the real deal. And we started off talking about how could we take her Section 8 and turn it into a house. And that's exactly what we did. While I hear a lot of the fellas, getting at the girls, yeah, they on Section 8, but they don't know that HUD would rather pay for a home than pay for an apartment. You know what I mean? So a lot of them don't know to take their Section 8. Your Section 8 works as 30% of your income to any bank. Any bank USA will accept your Section 8. You can have a 2-property building, and as long as one of them is able to house a low-income person in the apartment, you're able to have a 2-person home. So that the one apartment counts as the other part of your income, plus the 30% of the Section 8 that you use counts as, that's 60% of the income that you need already to qualify to buy a house. And I hear people keep talking about, the Section 8, the Section 8. I'm like, y'all so uppity and high class that you forget the basic instinct of life. Like, you forget the little things in life. You get what I'm saying? So to have you as a sort of resource there, like, that's a blessing to me, especially knowing all the things that I know. Because, Keith, I know a lot of stuff, and at one point it got so bad that one of the ladies at the first time homeowners program was begging me, Tosh, please, can you help me? Because everybody else that's not from this country is coming and getting the funding, but the people that's from the country won't even come and get the funding. They were begging me over at Habitats for Humanities, who was also one of my partners on the Memorial Day committee. He was one of the chief staff members of the Habitat for Humanity houses, and he was begging me, Tosh, please, can you talk to the Black people and get them to come and apply for the money, because the money is going all out to everybody else, and they're not getting the resources they need because they're afraid to come and ask for it.
Or they don't know how to ask.
Yeah.
Or they don't know is funding out there for them.
Yeah.
See, when when let me just say this. One thing about having a resource center, I find I get resources for myself because I always have to search and do my homework and do my research on how can I better serve myself and the community. And I found
Absolutely.
out so much stuff. If I would have known what I know now,
Yeah.
I probably would have been a homeowner. And I bet you I'm leaning down that way. I thought I had to have be married and have a husband to get a house. And I mean, that's
No.
what I was waiting,
No.
to be honest. I really didn't want to do it by myself. But I'm like, wait a minute. I'm paying all this rent. Like I just left an apartment that I was paying $3,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not own that apartment.
Yep.
And after 3 years, it went up. Every year, every month, it was going up. And I had to leave and go back to my apartment because I couldn't afford it. But guess what? I'm out of money, right? I'm paying their mortgage on that building. And
Absolutely.
that money, that all that 3 years that I invest in that apartment could have went on my mortgage.
And also, that $3,500 a month, you only need that one time with NACA,
Wow.
especially if you have Section 8. You only need that thirty five
And
hundred
then
dollars.
I never got qualified for. I
I'm
was,
telling you, I'm telling you. So your first
yes.
further as you go along into this with the people, so you know how to work it with them and for them and with them and for
I
them.
just looked at that yesterday, NACA.
Yeah,
I
I'm telling you, all you need is $3,500 to qualify you to start the process of buying a house with NACA, especially if you have
Are
uh
you listening? I hope a lot of people's on here is hearing this.
Section 8. So don't ever think that, or let people shame you out of taking the Section 8 because HUD
No.
would rather you have a house than for them to keep paying for an apartment. So you are qualifiable by certain allowances, and NACA also qualifies you without the money down. They give you the house without a money down payment.
Well, let me tell you,
So,
I am on
there
the
are,
wait list and I've been on it. See, when I was in the shelter, they actually said that I was approved for it. And then
yeah,
they ran out of money.
yeah,
Ran out of money. That was like that was like in 2006 or seven, like that. And they ran out of money. So then they opened back up, and I think they tried. And I moved around because my I got thrown out of the shelter, and they couldn't
yeah,
find me. I guess, and I don't know what happened with it, and I don't know. I guess God, He knows what to do, what He's doing. So, but for
yeah,
those who do have, right?
yeah, absolutely.
I will like a lot of people come in here and say they have a voucher. So I
Yeah,
asked them to come to the financial literacy, so
excuse
maybe
me.
they know what else to do with that, with that
Yeah,
voucher. Instead of
yeah,
looking for an apartment, let's get a house for you,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely. And there's financing for them out there also.
Yes, it
And
is.
and what's happening is that, and the reason why everybody is a little bit disgruntled right now is because the illegals, have representatives who
Mhm.
point them to all this money, and we're not pointed to the money in that same way. You get what I'm saying? So they think that it's disproportionate and us getting and other people getting, but the only disproportionate is other people like us that's willing to go out and get them to make them understand what's there for them, because they really don't know how to utilize certain things or what's there for them. Get what I'm saying? Like, I learn as I go, but anything I learn, Keith, I'm always trying to pass it over to somebody who's gonna pass it over to somebody.
Yes, you're
You
very
get what
true.
I'm saying? Because
Yes.
like I like for people around me to be as sharp as me.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
can't be the only sharp tool in the box. If we
Mhm.
trying to build a house, I'm gonna need somebody to poke something, somebody to stick something. You know, I might need all kind of stuff happening while I'm trying to build this house. So I need different type of utensils.
Mhm.
You know, like I might need a blunt force hammer once a week, but I might need that wood scraper like 3 times or 4 times a day. So I'm gonna always have somebody in there that's sharper and as sharp as you know what I mean? Like because like you said, you're a researcher. I'm a researcher. I'm a person that's I'm gonna go look into it and find what my friends call a loophole. I'm gonna always find a loophole in there. You know, 'cause I
What
believe
I
in
don't
working
know,
smart.
we will find out.
Yeah,
Yes. Like I don't know have all the answers.
yeah,
We can find out together by
yeah,
researching, calling some, making phone calls, and like my team. I said I like somebody that knows a little bit more than me, so I can learn from them
yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
Because if I knew everything, if I had to teach them, then why am I paying people?
Yeah, when I told the people that they could buy a house with their Section 8, they were stunned. I was
Hmm.
trying to do it with this young man that's coming on next week.
Hmm.
When he was a real estate broker,
Hmm.
I wanted to get him set up to where this is the way we can help the people. Like grab all them girls that's on Section 8 and let's start housing them.
That's what I was planning on doing. But they have to be willing to and open to do it because we can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do.
No, you can't make nobody do anything, but
Right. We can
at
at least
least if you put a bug in their ear and let them know
just
this is
show
what's
them
going
how.
down. Yeah, this is what's going down. Like let's take you out of this income bracket and put you in another one real quick.
I just believe it can be done if people start thinking it's got to be about competition.
You think so?
I think so because you find that a lot of people always, well, I got like as far as like when they have apartments, if they living in the project or if they living in a tenement, they think people that's less than people. When people in the
Yeah.
projects, they see them like, oh, I'm sorry, you living in the project. Tenements go through just as much as the projects. Like they have, matter of fact, the projects are a little better because you don't see as much rats as we see in the and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So what's the big deal? If and you have a elevator, they have an elevator. You got to walk up the stairs. So like, why I got
Yeah.
to?
What happens there a lot of time, Keisha, is that we do this thing with each other called classism, you know? Like I had a young man in here, and we're really close friends though. It's just, his perception of me, because y'all know I'm a curvy girl. So looking at me, you think you looking at a girl go strip girl. You know what I'm saying? You think you looking at a Instagram model, it's Instagram girl. And my personality is totally the opposite of what I look like. You get what I'm saying to
Yeah.
you? So people will be looking at you one way, thinking that you're one way because that's what in their mind perceived you to be. So if everybody is saying projects, that's what they perceive it. You get what I'm saying? They not looking at a house born person. I was born in a house. I have two parents. They never see me as growing up with two parents. You understand what I'm saying? They thought that I would be strip girl in the club on drugs or something, just on the way that I look, not on the personality or anything. They never take time to get to know those type of things with people. So this is where perception gets lost in the midst of people.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying, right? Like because they have already embedded in their mind that this is the way I see you. So this is the box I'm gonna put you in, and I'm gonna sit you over here, and then I come out waving the flag like no, but I'm the track runner. I run track. I don't. You get what I'm saying? So that's a surprise with people. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's the way that they can't take it in because of classism that was taught to us from childhood.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. I understand.
So
You know,
they can't
are
take it
you?
in.
What? I'm sitting here thinking that if we can just come together, team,
Hard. We have some
stop
conditioning on
fighting
us,
each other. Stop,
Yeah.
stop with the fighting and the competition and the putting down and oh God, I just want our people to get it together.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard,
Because
Keish.
if we get it together, do you know how powerful we will be?
You know what slavery did us in really badly. And
We have to put an end to
yeah,
modern day slavery.
yeah, people don't realize that slavery did a bad number on us as a people. It taught us how to not care.
That's right. And
Like our babies was getting taken from us, and families split up and never to be seen again, and sold off here and there. It was such a traumatizing, and people don't realize that trauma plays out. I'm sorry, Keisha, I got the damn ice in my mouth.
it's
That
okay.
trauma plays out over. I done told you about me and my ice.
It's okay. It's okay.
It do. That trauma plays out in our lives. It becomes post traumatic stress disorder.
Oh my God. I was just talking about someone about that today. Now, this is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. And I'm an advocate for human trafficking. And I speak to a lot of survivors. And some of them haven't been in that traumatic situation, but they had parents that was like trafficked as a child.
Yeah,
Modern day slavery.
yeah,
And that's just what it is. And I do training on how to protect themselves and survivors how to get back on track with their lives, because when you're traumatized, a lot of stuff happen. As a survivor of myself, I am a survivor of human trafficking. And I turned my pain into a purpose. And I said to the Lord, thank you for allowing me to survive it. And now I want to help those that don't know about it, to bring awareness, should I say, about it. And it's very important that we know what is human trafficking, because it could be right in our face and we don't even know it. Because I didn't know I was trafficked as a child until I took a course. Until I actually went and took a course because I wanted to make a difference in someone else's life, not knowing that my mission would be an advocate for human trafficking. When
yeah,
I heard
absolutely.
that story, I broke down and said, "That's me. That's what happened to me." And I didn't know it had a name. I didn't know, and I couldn't believe that's and and it got so bad that memories started coming up because I blocked out a lot that happened when you
Absolutely.
traumatize.
Yep.
And I find that a lot of hurt people, and wonder why we're in abusive relationships, because it started in the home. It started somewhere. No one woke up saying, I want to abuse a woman, or I want to be a pimp, or I want to be a prostitute, or whatever the case you know. And this survival sex and all kinds of stuff. So they need to know what is human trafficking. and how to protect themselves, how to survive it, and overcome it. You understand? So I am having a workshop conference this month. I would like people to come out and bring their families.
Tell them where and when.
So we're having our anti-human trafficking awareness conference here at our resource center here in the Bronx, 1281 Hope Avenue. You can look us up, Seeds, just Google Seeds for Growth and Development. We will have it on our platforms, Facebook, YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. I'm TikTok. I love TikTok. So if you go Keisha McCROSKEY TikTok, Facebook, and go on our website, we would definitely you can get the information there. It's very important that our people get educated on human trafficking because even if it didn't happen to you, it can help you know how to spot human trafficking. A
Yeah.
lot of our kids are becoming missing every day. Someone is getting missing from a perpetrator. And you know what's so sad about human trafficking?
It's usually the people that you know.
And trust.
Yeah.
And now they have this big thing out, with the hip hop culture about human trafficking and everything. But this has been happening before they even talked about all that stuff. It's happening in households and families. Women, I found out that parents has sold their children to survive,
Mm-hmm.
and it's happening here, right here in our backyard, right next door to us.
Mm-hmm.
It could be happening in our families. One of our family member might be trafficking someone and they don't know. They know something is going on, but they don't really know. So how about educating yourself
They be hiding people right downstairs in the basement underneath you.
right underneath you, right underneath you? You could be going to visit a family member house, and they might have somebody tied up in the train
Yeah.
in the basement. That's why I didn't get a house. I could have had a house,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't want to get a house because I knew my ex, one of my ex, would have chained me right to the basement. 'Cause that's how sick he was.
Well, we glad that he's an ex.
Thank God.
Yeah, we glad that he's an ex. We don't call him back for nothing. Keep him where he at.
That's right.
But yeah, that trauma. I had to remind my brother, my older brother, about how much trauma we endured as children. To the point where I can remember everything. I didn't bury anything, so it's easier for me to heal from things. If that makes sense to you,
Yeah.
it's harder for my brother to heal from stuff. He's actually in the hospital right now. He's been in the hospital since before Christmas, but I'm waiting on him to go on and get the help that he needs so that he can come on out the hospital. Um, but I had to keep reminding him of all the trauma that we've actually been through as children to make him understand that this was not a process of just you alone. This is trauma that causes post traumatic stress disorder. And when you in that type of mindset, you're liable to do anything. You get what I'm saying? And so, I always try to keep my children alert of traumas, even with me, like if I'm a problem for you, I will remove my own self from you because as your mom, I don't want to be a problem in your life. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anything that was traumatizing to me to be a problem for you in your life.
Hmm.
So let me remove myself until I can fix that even. And then, once I make peace with that, then mommy will even return back. But, these things we have on us, and a lot of people, it goes all the way back to slavery, is what I'm trying to tell you. And
Why,
it's the reason
why did
why
they?
we really can't, we've been unable to recover. See, without proper treatment, we're unable to recover. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're under not under the proper treatment to recover. There are other people that come here and they say, well, we did just fine and we've been doing just fine. And we come here and we do that, but they don't have the same trauma. You understand?
Let me just say this. If family can get back to eating together and getting each and the parents getting in, sitting down and talking to each other instead of getting into their phones, bringing their phones to the dinner table, and not paying attention to what their kids are doing. Because these phones is taking over people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
The phones are babysitting their children. They learning from all the stuff that's happening on Facebook, YouTube, and all this stuff. And we're not sitting down listening to what's going on in our kids' lives. You understand? Like for me as a mother of one, I have a son. I always got involved with what he was doing.
Yeah.
Um, when it came down to school, I made sure I went to every school. I knew all his friends. I didn't let him stay out at his friend's house. They always had to stay over at mine, and I had to know their parents. Their parents had to know that they were there, and and I mean, I just want our men to step up for our people, like their kids,
They
their
can't without the
support,
proper treatment. That's
support.
what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. So and but there's help out here. It's support groups. If you don't know how, it's so much help out here. People just gotta know where to get it.
Help look like a handout. Ain't nobody taking no handout. We don't want no handouts.
Listen, even
See,
if
because classism, when we were growing up, said that made us poor. Excuse me, to
if
receive
you
the
go to the
handout.
welfare, that's
Yeah, yeah, that make you poor. See, that's what classism. That's what I'm trying to tell you about us with the classism process of our life as Black people. That's what classism brought to us. That's why people look at you walking into it. Yours could be a penthouse apartment in the projects, but they not gonna see that you live in the penthouse. They just gonna look at you and say she live in the projects. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the classism goes hand in hand with the post traumatic stress disorder. We stop seeing each other as like me. We stop even looking at each other like me, and they like y'all, and over there like them. Y'all is like them. You understand what I'm saying when I'm speaking on this. So it takes a lot of it's that's what I'm saying. We need the proper treatment as
if
a
we put the
as a
Lord,
family.
if
Yeah, we
we
need the
put the
treatment.
Lord in front of everything, everything will fall into place.
Everybody don't believe in the Lord.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But he's real. They could see what I don't understand about that. They
He's
know,
real for me. He's real
you
for
know
you.
what? No,
He
but
ain't real for
they
some
believe
people.
in Satan, right? They believe in
Not a
Satan.
lot of people don't.
A lot of people, well, a lot of people know that he's there. A lot of people talk about the enemy, but they got to know that God is more powerful.
Not if they don't believe in him.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, I'm not going to get into that.
We got to.
But at the end of the day, I know he's real. I know what he did for me, And I let the people know that what he did for me. Because it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have my God in my life. If I didn't get delivered from my trauma. Because I was the other day I didn't have my car, like not the other day, like 3 months ago I didn't have my car. So I had to ride the train station, the trains and the buses, public transportation, should I say. And I was on the train and there was a lady talking to herself, right? And people was running away from her, but they don't know that she was talking to her abusers. She was talking to the people that abused her just by the way she was talking. And that was the demons messing with her mind. There's real live demons walking around here. And if you don't get delivered from that, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. And deliverance is real
Absolutely.
because
For
I'm a witness.
for me and for you.
Yeah, but see, I didn't believe in it either until I had to give it a try. I gave him a try. I
Uh-huh.
I went and I got tired of being sick and tired of going through the same thing happening over and over again. And when I gave my life to my Lord Jesus Christ, who I
Amen.
say he's my savior, because and when I first got baptized and stuff, I didn't really get into it like that. It was I was just like, okay, I'm saved and everything, but I kept doing the same thing and not to want to change until it got real. And then I needed more. So I went to a deliverance minister as a demonologist. And I didn't know that was exist. Because when you watch those scary movies, you'd be like, oh, that's not real. Oh, yes, it is. They got it from somewhere. And when at that deliverance ministry, I've seen so many people getting set free. Those demons started, and including myself, because I had to go through 7 demons left me just like last year. That was my last deliverance. My full. It just ever since that happened, I started taking off. Not saying that my life is all peaches and cream,
Yeah.
but it's not the same as it was before I got delivered.
Yeah.
Once I got delivered, I knew how to cope with life better.
Yes.
I knew, I know how to go and get on my knees and say, God, take control of my situation. Even now, when I got this building, it was a lot. I thought it was going to be easy. He gave it to me. It was a prophecy. I'm sitting on a prophecy right now.
I know. I remember.
Prophecy.
I remember when you began.
When I beginning, right? When we used to be
Yes, that's
online,
right. I
when
remember
they
when you
did that
began.
show, when I
That's
was
right.
like going and they were saying I was going to get these buildings and prophesy. I was like, okay, all right, all right. But I held on to it. And then when I've got this, I started writing my name on it and I started manifesting it and it started happening. And I just hold on to God unchanging hand. I just I know that the God that I serve is big. He can give us anything we want. We just gotta know how to put it out there. I tell people put your plans on paper, as it's written, show it should be, because we can write our own books of our life. Like I wrote
Yeah. Yeah.
everything that I wanted, and some things, and then when things started happening to me that I didn't want, because sometimes we attract certain things like I felt like my last relationship, I was more fearful that it wasn't going to work out. And guess what happened? It didn't work out. I let fear set in. I said he's going to wind up leaving. And I kept saying that. I didn't see him sticking around. And not because something I might have did. It's because the fear that took in, like, I just felt like
Or maybe it was discernment.
it was a discernment that I just felt like maybe God was telling me he wasn't the one for me.
A lot of times, we be holding on to stuff that God don't be wanting us to hold on to. And then we
Exactly.
be mad when God snatch it from us.
He said, if you ain't going to do it, I'm going to remove him. If
For
you
real.
didn't
Like we
remove
be
yourself,
angry.
I'm going
Cause
to
I
remove you.
wanted that. But God said, but I ain't want you to have that though.
He ain't want me to
I
have
that
that.
was only for you to play with for right now.
And I
But
was
I
like,
got something better for you. You won't even let that go because you're so selfish. You won't let that go.
until I
You
said,
know, I
because
always
I
tell
had no
people
other
stop with the
choice to
selfish
let
stuff.
it go. He's
So
like, you going to let this go, or I'm
yeah,
going
so
to
when
do
you
it.
said when I say my God, I say my Lord, I understand that because I was selfish like that in the beginning too.
Yeah, our God. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I was real selfish.
Yeah,
I was so selfish I didn't want to share.
I
Like
know,
Jesus,
because he's all
why
up.
you over there with them? Like get away from them. You know what I'm saying? Like I was one of them type of people. Like Jesus, why is you over there? They don't deserve no blessing. Because I was selfish. You get what I'm saying? Like I had a I mean, when it came to God, I felt like that was just my God. So
Yeah,
I had to work through some things. It was some things that I had to work through going through this process. But for those who don't believe in God, you get what I'm saying? Like we are to be the markers of those that do believe in God by actually walking in it to show them a difference of those that don't believe in God and those that do. So that's why it's always recommended that we be like unto God as we walk in this thing. You know what I mean? But Jesus had gave up a good reminder to people, right? And the reminder went something like this. But John the Baptist came neither drinking or eating, and and y'all took his life. So there's not much that you can do if they don't believe. Like that takes courage to lay your life down. It takes courage. And a lot of people, if they have money, they definitely won't be able to lay their life down because they have too much strength in their money. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times when God catches, he catches at our loneliest moments or at our lowliest moments. And that way, because there's nothing there to hinder the relationship. You get what I'm saying? That's why I was saying that to you the other day when you said, look, Tasha, I'm back where I said you back where you and God have the best conversations at.
I tell you.
You
And I was like,
back
and you know
where
what?
he can holler at you the best.
Exactly, because when I was living up like in Yonkers and I was like all in my own feelings, I wasn't paying too much. I was, you know, I was there, but I just wasn't. That's when I got my deliverance when I was up there, to be
See?
honest. That was my last deliverance that I went through, and then I started seeing the world differently.
Yeah. The whole world opens up to you. That's right.
The
Jesus make a
world,
way for the whole world to open up. Yeah, God will show you the whole world.
and I started doing things that I thought never thought I can do. I
You,
never thought I could be here sitting here talking on this platform to you without stuttering you know. And I remember when I first was on film, someone was trying to videotape me, and I would call myself doing a reality show. I was stuck, like, you thought the screen froze. That's how afraid I was to even have a conversation with anyone. Now these days, I can't even stop talking. So a lot has happened. God has been amazing. And I just want whoever's on here listening that we serve a good God. I serve
amen.
a good God. He
Don't be trying to
really
leave people out with your selfish self.
I serve a good God. No, me, because I mean, because not everybody's serving them. Not everybody is serving God like they should. No one, I'm his, like, I'm his servant. And I know what my purpose is now. And I'm going to do everything in my power to be in alignment of where he want me to go. Even though that,
That's a good word.
yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the self, me, Keisha will mess it up. When I let go and let God ride ride the front seat, it works out better. Because if
Yeah.
I go back and take my will, it doesn't work out too well. And I
Yeah.
find myself always in trouble, and he always got to pull me out. And, and that's how wonderful he is. He is so wonderful that even though when we put ourselves in trouble, he will find a way. He will make a way out of no way, Sean. He won't find, he will make a way. Make a way out of no way. He is
Absolutely.
the beginning and the end. He's the head. And if he can give a person like me a disposition that I have today, I know there's a God. Because not a lot of people would that that didn't think I was qualified. I didn't even think I was qualified.
God don't gonna give you a
I knew I
position.
was qualified.
He qualified who he
He
called.
qualified who he called.
For
And I
real.
call and I tell people, and I tell them if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. No matter
Yeah.
he loves you just as much as he loves me. He is the one that can resolve every problem, every situation. All we have to do is just keep the focus on the mission. Don't take our eye off the mission, no matter what is going on. All hell can be breaking loose. You keep praying, you keep believing, you keep seeing, and you keep going. Just don't stop. Because it was times that I want
Now,
to give up. Yes.
how do you how do you give that same message to a person who don't believe in God like you? See what I'm saying? The delivery. That's what I'm saying about how do we still save
All I can say is
a
you
wretch.
believe what you hear, believe
Look,
what you
look, how do we save a wretch
you
like
show
us?
them. You show them. You not
That's what
only
I'm that
tell
there
them,
you go.
show
There
them.
you go.
You show them what they did. This is where I was at. I was here,
There
and
you
now
go.
I'm here. And it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. So if you don't believe, if you think I did it, because if you think I did, I sat back and did nothing.
Pardon me.
I all I did is just did what the Lord told me to do.
Yeah, that's why show and prove is a very big
Exactly.
thing. You
So
get what I'm saying?
don't
It's
believe what you
because
hear, believe what you see.
yeah,
See. Believe what
yeah.
you see.
Show and prove is a big thing. That's why the Lord asks us to walk in a certain
Oh,
kind of way.
okay.
You get what I'm saying? So that we can show them through proof
Ooh.
that our walk was a certain kind of way. You get what I'm saying? Like my walk had been a certain kind of way since a child. I've not broken that walk.
Let me
You
ask
get
you
what I'm saying?
something.
Like I've been in integrity my whole life, and I've been trying to be drawn out of integrity my whole life. Because when God bless you to open up to certain things, or to have knowledge of certain things, people, we say demonic, but people who are possessed need that knowledge. But so did Satan when he was in heaven. You get what I'm saying? He needed that same knowledge. So on earth as it is in heaven. So it's nothing has changed from heaven to earth.
So
So
I
we have those people that will try to drain and admonish those spiritual abilities that we have unto their good. That's how we usually fall out of alignment. That's why I said that was a good word. Because everybody serves God in some way or another. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. So everybody is serving God some kind of way.
wait.
But what happens is that we our powers begin to be used in something that's unaligned with what the will of God has for our life. And what the will of God has for our life is that we be profitable, we be prosperous, and we be healthy. You get what I'm saying? Like God have a total different plan for our lives, and our lives are supposed to be profitable, prosperous, and healthy. This is, he has more for us planned than just the bad life that we're under. You understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
there's an integrity pull from childhood. That's why I say, we have to go back into where can we help these people at. And a lot of times, if you go back to their childhood, that's where you're going to be able to release them from.
Exactly. And that's why I have another organization. It's a ministry, should I say.
Yeah,
It's called Rise to Freedom Ministry. And that's where we help get people healed and delivered. Healing and
yeah,
deliverance is the key to people's success. It was
yeah,
to my success.
yeah.
Without me getting delivered, I wouldn't be here because I probably would have been like that lady talking on the train, talking to talking to my abusers and to the demons and
Now
let.
I'm gonna give you a spin on that. I want to give you a spin on that because I had a girl who lived with me. Her name was Landy.
Mhm.
And Landy used to talk to herself, right? And I've always been a person that could pull that energy off of people to heal them from that type of, that type of psychosis, right? And but what I got out of Landy, the truth of what I got out of Landy was this right here. And I asked her, "Why do you walk around talking to you?" She said, "I don't be talking to myself. I be talking to my aunt who keep following me." And I asked her, "Why is your aunt following you around?" And so eventually, after her being around me long enough, she just went on and spilled the beans. She said, "Me and my sisters drowned my cousin and my aunt. We killed my aunt when we was little. My sister told me, blah, 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 because we was real jealous of her because our mother was dead. So we took her son from her. We drowned him in the pool. And then later on, they went back and they kind of poisoned the aunt, or they did something to the aunt, her and her three sisters. And so that's what was haunting her. They were actually her demons. You understand what I'm saying? They wasn't somebody else's demons. They were actually things that she had done, and the people was walking her down. You get what I'm saying? Until I had to get her once she confessed that crime, once she confessed her sins, she stopped talking to herself. But I found later on from being in her presence that I found myself talking to myself. Like after she left my presence and was gone away from me for a while, I found myself talking to myself and answering myself. So you have to be real careful with the assessment of that. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be real careful with the assessment of that. If it wasn't for the fact that I knew exactly what happened, I wouldn't have been able to get that off of me.
Exactly. And it's
You,
like with soul ties, you
yeah,
lay with people that have
yeah,
certain demons, it happens. Those
yeah,
demons transfer into you.
yeah. So if um, but these are things that you have to know. But you only know and learn these things from having a personal relationship with God.
Yes, exactly.
Because without having that personal relationship, we wind up in a den of legion.
That's right.
You understand? And then sometime a lot of us are not able to get away. That's why I said, what do you say to the person who don't believe in God? See, because me and you is different for us because we fully believe.
Actions speak
We
louder
you
than words.
understand? So imagine a person who don't believe trying to maneuver out of this post traumatic stress disorder and into life. It's you get what I'm saying? What can we
Pray
tell
for
them?
them. You pray and just let go and let God take over because at the end of the day, many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. And the chosen ones is the ones that's going. See, I had to learn that not everybody that I get in a relationship that I'm supposed to be in a relationship with.
That's right.
Sometimes they are sent to me to help them heal from something that God wants them to heal from,
That's right.
or introduced him to something that they will need to be introduced to. I mean, be introduced to. People may come for seasons. People was in your life for a long time, but everybody serves a purpose, good, bad, or indifference. We just gotta know why we connect with people. See, I'm the type of person, if I break up with an ex, as long as he did not curse God and did something just so drastic that I can't speak to him again, I can forgive and move on and say hi to them and like, how you doing? Like, if it didn't work out, well, we gonna keep it moving and let bygones be bygones, and you go your way and I go mine. If I'm not gonna force anybody to love me, people should not force people to love them. It should come naturally. If a person, a lot of women and men go through a lot of trauma because they figure that they can change a person.
Yes.
Learn that you only can change you. You can't change that person. And if that person love you and don't want to change because you're not the one they want to change for. You know, I had to change my way because I loved my son. And I remember when I used to was recovering when I was using drugs, I had to get myself clean because I didn't want him to be in foster care like I was.
Yeah.
I didn't want I didn't want my family to have to raise a son that I birthed. Put that trauma on them because my experience wasn't so good. So I had to change because I fell in love with my son.
Yeah.
He was God sent, and I wanted to change. So I changed for the love of my son and to help me be a better mother and a better person because I knew I was falling into a dark place that I probably would have gotten out if it wasn't through my surrendering
Yeah.
and staying out my own way because I didn't for once I didn't think drugs was a problem because I thought it was okay to do it because that's what I was brought up on. And when I realized it was a disease, it was prayer that got me clean because before I went to church and I got baptized, I knew something was wrong. And when I prayed and I asked God to show me, I remember going downstairs in my building at the time when remember those yellow books. I
Mm-hmm.
remember opening the yellow book and it was Smith. Didn't really know how to read that well at the time. But when I opened that book and I saw Smithers and it said rehab, and God read it out to me. And I called that number and I said, I need some help because something is going on. And they said, well, this is a 28-day treatment. And would you be willing to come in? I got a bed for you, like on this weekend. And I'm like, here it is Wednesday, and I've got to go 2 days to stay clean. I'm like, oh, Lord. So I had to figure it out and I had to make a decision for change. And when I
Yeah.
made that decision, my life started changing. And I was able to get recovery and I wanted to change. So, like I said, if if you only change for yourself or for to make a difference in another person's life, you understand, especially for your child, you know. And I'm glad I made that decision, and and it was through the grace of God that I'm drug free from
Yeah.
that, you
Yeah.
know, because I was really out there and I was the type of person that when I was addicted to cocaine, I said to myself, I wanted to, if the world end right now, as long as you give me a bag of coke by my side, I'm good. I'm going to take the last snort and go. And that's how I thought I was going to go.
Yeah.
but God had another plan.
You
Sometimes,
bet.
hmm
e- Everybody was mad with me growing up because that was like the neighborhood get nice, and I don't know. I've always been spared in those kind of ways because I tried some and went to sleep. I always go to sleep. It don't never do me like it do everybody else.
so some people just didn't take it, but
I'm trying to tell you, nothing ever took to me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Even with from lack of trying stuff, Keys, but nothing ever took to me. Like it always had the adverse effect on me.
hmm
Even coffee put me to sleep. People
uh,
be thinking that I'm gonna be up and popping after a cup of coffee. I'll be somewhere laid out.
I
So
mean,
it ain't from lack of trying anything that. But there goes I, but for the grace of God. You get what I'm saying?
amen,
There
amen.
goes I, because I'm trying to tell you, it ain't from lack of trying nothing. It just that had the opposite effect on me than it did everybody else. Everybody else be running and flying and doing all kind of stuff. I be somewhere in the corner just asleep.
Not me. I was one of those up and ready to go. It was up all night long to the morning and slept all day.
Not the kid. I be somewhere
Right.
in the corner, knocked out cold. You be like, what done just happened to her? This ain't how that was supposed to go. But you know what though? It was good that it had a adverse effect because what happened later on is that like you, it drew me right to a place of recovery. Where I can help other people recover.
Yes. And we
So I
are here
was
too. Just
yeah,
to
I
let
was a support group to like 50, 60 different people I helped bring through recovery, including my parents.
amen.
You get what I'm saying? So like I was their greatest support group. My brothers wanted to get them because they were so angry about all the stuff from childhood that they wanted to get them. I never wanted to get my parents. I always wanted to help them, and I always loved them.
Right.
There's a difference with a child that actually love you and knows that love you for what you can do for them.
That's
Because we have those type of children in the world that they appreciate you for what you can do for them, but not just love you. And I always been a lover of my parents. I love my parents. You know what I'm saying? And so that love just poured right on into their recovery. You get what I'm saying? And then poured out into the world into recovery. So I've been known to do Hannah House in Troy and Whitney Young Center in Albany and Hope House and like I can go on and on and on. You get what I'm saying? And have a testimony for each one of them places of people that have gone through, and come out on the other side. So those things I thank God for giving my body a resilience
yes.
to a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yes.
thankful for that resilience. But and I never been a good drinker. I never been a good alcoholic or drinker or anything, girl. If I smell the bottle, I'm nice. If
I remember everything I did.
I can't even have a drink
Trust
too
me,
much.
not me.
I'm telling you, if I smell the bottle, I'm lit, girl. I'm as lit, girl. I can't even be around it too long. I'll be fired up. I'll be at the bar drinking orange juice on the rocks, but you would swear I'd have had a drink of three.
Well, yeah. So, but you know what, girl? Thank you for allowing me to come with you this show. I really had a good time.
Yeah, we
Um,
have a ball on the show. We don't really try to make it that
a
stressful.
good time. I want to do more of this. This is
Yes.
a good new platform for me because I do a support group for women, and I think this would be a great platform for to have women to support. I don't know how this thing worked, but I'm gonna give it a try. Cause when you met me, well, you not met me, well, you knew I used to do Zoom for
Yes.
support groups for women, and we was rocking on there. There was a lot of women on there, and we supported one another. We went through some things. We got through COVID, you
Yes.
know.
Yep.
COVID was there. And we even people got delivered on that support group. So I want to, do more of
Well, now you know how.
now. I know how. Thank you for teaching me something new
That's right.
in a
Now you know
support
how.
form.
And not only that, Keish, but tell them where they can find you, and people who are, if they're coming to New York, or if they're in need of just some financial or mental services. How can they contact you? How can they reach you?
So it's they can visit me. They can come to our resource center with it, which is 1281 Howe Avenue. That's in the South Bronx area. We're close to the
Ho, HOUGH.
HOE. I don't know how
Okay.
to type the address on this, so if you can put it in the chat. So it's 1281 Howe Avenue, HOE Avenue,
Okay.
Bronx, New York, and we're by Freeman Street. They can go to the website. It's up here. It's SFGAD um, at inc.org, or they can just go on my Facebook as Keisha McCROSKEY. And I share a lot of information on my Facebook. Friend me, I try to be on every platform to share information about my resource center. We always doing stuff every month. We have support group for men. We have support group for women. We have wraparound services. We we're getting ready to help people that is in rent arrears get their rent paid up with our retention program. So we just don't want to just you pay rent and just leave you stuck like that, because we want to keep you, we want to help you maintain some kind of finance to help you not get back into rent arrears, you know, and and,
Yes.
and, 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 and take you out of being a renter to a owner. Because that's what I'm learning right now. I'm learning how to do that myself.
Yeah.
That will be my next move. God willing, this will be the first of many. And, we're here for you. So, yes, you can follow me on Instagram at SF, SFGAD INC, or New Harlem Entertainment, because that is another platform that I'm on. You could just, and that's where I'm at. So I'm here. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home.
That's all right.
I hope.
I'm
I
I'm
hope.
glad
I
that we can
hope
keep you
that
this long.
yes, right. Because I usually be
I'm
here.
thankful.
Thank you for allowing me. And I'm still at the office, and I'm getting ready to pack up because everybody left, and I'm here by myself. And I'm about to get out of here soon, and I want to come back on. I love this. I like this. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah. Make sure you
This
come
one.
through. Keep us
Yes, and
keep
I
us
will visit.
aware
Let you
of
know.
yeah.
I will visit. Yes.
Keep us aware of everything going on, because we have a
Exactly.
community page that we post to. So if there's any events or anything going on, make sure you send me the information, and I'll post it to the community page,
Mhm.
and spread it throughout the field where other people can actually take hold of it, and maybe probably pass it on to someone who actually needs it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, because we have two events. Like I said, I have a human trafficking awareness conference that's here. I think it's the 25th. It's the 25th.
Yeah.
It's on a Saturday from 3 to 8, and then February, we're doing a musical for Black History Month.
Okay, go ahead. What's the musical?
So it's not mine's, but someone that's written my back room is doing
Okay.
that, and I will share more information. I don't know all the details, but I know it's for Black History Month, and it's a musical about our roots.
Yeah, good.
It's going to be about our roots, about slavery, and it's. I think it's a wonderful. I think everybody should come through just to find out more in details about where we came from.
Yeah, well, let them know that we wasn't all slaves.
That's right.
Like we wasn't
Exactly.
all slaves. Like that's something that people need to know that we don't all come from slaves.
Exactly. So we try to do something every once a month to bring some excitement to the community and educate our community, help our community become productive members of society, and get them out of that modern day slavery
Yeah,
mentality. Knowing that no matter what it don't matter your background, your education status, that you can become anybody you want to become as long as positive, you have something to offer to the world because you are here. As long as your heart is beating, you can do anything.
that's right.
You can do anything. Just trust and believe that God can bring you through anything. And I'm a believer, I'm a survivor, and I'm just going to keep believing that we can change, we can come together and unite together as a team, and we don't have to be united, divided. We can unite together and be powerful. I'm a true believer of that. If we just put our mind together, it will be okay. It's going to be okay.
We can't all be because 30% of us was cast out, so we can't all be. But the
That
ones
all
who
the ones,
are,
majority, it
you
could be a
hear me
better
talking about.
place.
But the
It could
ones
be
who
a,
are though,
but
fall
it
in
could be a
line.
better place. It could be a better place if we can stick together and support one another. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
And help each other. That the people that need the help, because a lot of us is in jail. A lot of people is enslaved and not physical and locked up. They in jail in their mind.
yeah,
Their
yeah.
mindset needs to be changed.
It's
That's
it's
it.
it's for the chosen ones to toe the line though. You
Exactly.
know,
But
the
thank
chosen ones got to really toe the line though. You know that
exactly.
because
Okay.
we ain't gonna be able to bring them all in, but
Not
you
all,
know,
some. As many as
yeah,
like, yeah. Like I said, many have called, but few are is chosen.
yeah. So
That's
you know, anything else you want to say on our goodbye?
no. This thanks for having me, and thank you everyone that participated in this broadcast and live. I'm like, this is my girl. Please don't
Y'all make sure y'all
we're
like,
here every
subscribe,
Wednesday.
share. Yeah,
Yes,
we here
yeah. So I will be
every
on.
Wednesday, 7 p.m. with
Okay.
somebody different. If you guys go down, you can either go down my page or the blast page, the radio page, and you'll see some of the other lives. And we always try to make it a little lighthearted. Even as we get into depth with things, we still try to keep it a little lighthearted
Okay.
so that you know that we actually have love for each other and it's not anything crazy.
Oh,
So Brown Flynn said, "Good job."
thank you.
Thank you, sweetie pie, for staying with us this whole time. You are much appreciated. I'm always over time, so I'm like 45 minutes past my show time.
Ooh, I didn't know we was on that long.
That's
Okay.
all right. That's all right. They
Well,
they
thank
used to
you
me. They used
guys.
to
I
me.
love you guys. And this is your girl, Miss Keisha G.
Yes. And look for her. Y'all look her up, New Harlem Entertainment LLC or SFGAD Miss Keisha McCROSKEY, aka Keisha G.
Yes.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on board.
Thanks
I
for having me.
appreciate you. And make sure your people come next week because we have someone doing that part that you really need, that financial literacy part. And so maybe we can get some tips from him. You get what I'm
Okay,
saying?
great. I love that. I would
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Streamline.
And then, somewhere along the line, you know how I link up people. He has a team of people too. Maybe y'all could link in the process, have them come and do a literacy class for
Of
y'all.
course. That would
But
be
that's something that you could put into one of your grant budgets as a workshop.
yes.
You feel me?
Okay, I feel ya.
All right. I
All
love
right,
you.
thank
You
you.
know that.
Bye.
All right. Y'all know how we do. Y'all, I'm so thankful for my boo coming through because me and Keisha have known each other for some years now, and we definitely keep each other in the midst of everything going on back and forth with our businesses. She's always giving me a pull up here and there, and I'm going to always give her that same pull up because that's just how we do. I have so much love for her. She's so intelligent and so enthusiastic about the things that she likes to do and the things that she's into, and so I like to bring those type of people to the forefront because they are actually out in the field. They're not just talking about it, they about it. And so on that note, y'all know I'm out of here. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know I don't stay long. Y'all know I don't talk too long, so I'm out.
Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freezed up. I'm fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down.